Hello everyone, so in this video tutorial I bring something for you that is called web scraping with Python. So what is web scraping? Actually, if you want something from your website to be downloaded for you in your program or directly displayed to you, then we use a Python program called web scraping. And like this program is for this. On this website, we have a table that is showing us the data of the COVID-19 cases, and the data is arranged state-wise. As you can see, there are 35 states plus union territories, and we are having all the state-wise data along with active cases, cured cases, death, and total cases. And if we see at the bottom, we are also having total number of cases, that is 4,25,000. So we want this table to be stored in a CSV file. So for that we have to use a program called web scraping. And in this tutorial I am going to teach you how to do web scraping and store the results into a CSV file. So let's run the program and see the output once. As we run the program, as you can see, it has stopped running. Now if we go in the same directory as where our program is stored, you can see there is a CSV file from the name corona.csv, and as soon as we open this, we can see that we are also having the state-wise data of all the 35 states plus union territories and total number of cases and these cases being registered to state. And you can match these figures, like let's match total number of cases. They are 4,25,000. So as we go on the website, you can also see the 4,25,282. Similarly, these you can match any figure. We would be having the latest updates as per on the website. So let's jump on the program and how to do that. So guys, for that we have to import some important libraries like request, beautiful soap, and CSV. So let's understand these libraries. First one is request. This library is used to set the connection from a particular website. Like we want to extract out the data from this website mosfw.gov.in. So first we have to establish the connection from this website. So for that we have imported the library request. Next is beautiful soap library. You can install this library by simply typing pip install bs4 on your command prompt. And next is CSV. This is for writing and reading data from a CSV file. So beautiful soap library is useful for extracting the contents that are written in HTML or XML or JSON script. As guys, if we go on this website and if you will right click on this website and click on view frame source or either inspect element, then you will get a new page like this, and you can see here this is a document type which is written in HTML. As you can see, here is completely HTML coding. Now if we move on this website, we only want this table, so we will search for table tag on this website. For that, press Ctrl plus F and type table. As soon as you will type table, you will get the several attributes of the name table, and several tags are there like table. So here you can see that we are having a table row and table heading columns over here. Now if we match these like serial number, name of state, UT, and this active cases, the same headings you can see here: serial number, name of states, active cases. And if we move further, then in the next tr tag we can see that we are having the details, stage wise details, like one serial number, name of state. Next we are having active cases. Similarly here, this data is stored in a row wise format on this HTML format page. So we will extract out this HTML content with the help of our beautiful soap library, and with the help of CSV library we will write all the content into a readable format or into a table format onto our CSV file. So let's start by writing our first piece of code, which is extract contents. As from the name, like if we visit this website, we want to extract out these information like cured, discharged, migrated, or death. Instead of these tags, we only want this information that is written with black color. So for extracting this information, and we are having too many tr tags, from all we want to extract out this information. So for that I have written a single line function, lambda function, for extracting out this information from each row. It will run row wise. Like first it will come to this row, it will extract out one from here, then it will come to next row, it will extract out the name of state. Similarly it will run in all the rows and will extract out the content from that particular row. Now the next thing is url. I have defined a variable from the name url, and I have given the url of the website from which we have to extract out the content. Now the next thing is, for extracting out the content, first we have to establish a connection from that website. So for that, as I've already told you, we have to import a library from the name request. So we have sent the request to that website with the help of this library and this get function, and we stored the connection in a response variable. Now next thing is, we want to extract out the table. So for that we have used a beautiful soap module, and we have passed the connection from which website we have established the connection. Next we are going to parse out the HTML content. So simply in a string I have written HTML parser and pass that to a beautiful soap module. Now next thing is this tr and th. Actually what it is, first we want to extract out the headings. As we go on this website, so first we want to extract out these headings: serial number, name of state, active cases, cure, discharge, and these headings we want to extract out. So for that we will first find out the tr tag. Here you can see tr tag, it stands for table row. Next thing is th, it stands for table heading. So in our program we have simply find with the help of the beautiful soap library, we will find out the tr tag. So it will find all the tr tags in the page, like here it is tr tag, another tr tag. So it will find out all the tr tags, but inside that we only want the table headings. So for that we have written inside the tr tag find all th, which stands for table heading, and we will store all these headings into a variable named header. So guys, till now we have extracted out the headings from the web page. Now the next thing we have to do is, we have to extract out the contents from that web page. Means as we visit on this website, we want to extract out the row wise information from this web page, and a particular row includes the information of the single state or a union territory. Now the next row will be containing the information of the next union territory or the state. So we want this information to be extracted out, and that too row wise. So for that what we will do, we will find out all the tr tags. As we have done here, it will find out all the tr tags including this tr, and again like we have started a new tr tag, we have stored the table details state wise into that tr tag and closed that tr, and for the new state or union territory we have started a new tr tag. So we have to find all the tr tags that are included in this web page. After that I have created a dictionary which will contain the information of a particular state, and it would be containing serial number, state, confirmed. Here these are the default values, you can leave them blank or set it to any default value. Now we have extracted out all the tr tags in a variable named all rows, but inside the tr tag we are having a lots of information, like this complete information will be stored in, in the all rows variable, but we only want this one and name of state, like this information that is written in black color, we don't want this tag. So for that we have just again extracted out the information with the help of a function extract content, It will find out all the TD tags and will store that into a name stat. So now we have extracted out the information of all the state. Like we have used a for loop. So first it will extract out the information of the first state and will store that into a state tag. And after that, what we have done, we have put a condition like if lan of state equal 6. So why we have put this condition? As we will visit on this website, you can see we are having a 6 columns like 1 2 3 4 5 6. So if the lan of stat equals to 6, then it will store the information, otherwise it will drop that column. As we go below in this table, we are having 4 rows that is having the length only 1. As you can see, we are having only one column in total, so we don't want these 4 rows to be included in our table. So for that we have posed a condition if lan of stat equals to 6. Now simply what we have done, it will pick out, we have created a dictionary. So at the 0th index we would be having our serial number. So we have extracted out the serial number from the stat and stored that into a serial number state into the dictionary. Similarly, from all the indexes we have extracted out the information and we have stored that into a dictionary. Now we have appended that dictionary into a list. And why we have done that? Because suppose there are 35 states plus union territories, so it will store the information of that particular row into the dictionary. Next, if we will write the next row into the dictionary, then our previous information will be lost. So to avoid that, we have already written that dictionary information into our list. So if we now run the program, then you can see like we have a list here, and in this list we are having a dictionary, and this one dictionary will contain the information of the one state like serial number, state, confirmed cases, cured cases, death, and total number of cases. Similarly, if we move to a next dictionary like this, it is containing the information of the next state. So we have stored the dictionary, that one row dictionary into our list. Now next thing we need to do is we want to write this all the content in a proper readable format into a CSV file, as I've already showed you. If we go here where our program is stored, we are having a CSV file from the name corona.csv, and as soon we open it, we are having this content which is in a readable format like serial number, state, confirmed cases, cured, and all the 35 rows we are having along with the total number of cases and cases being reassigned to states. So for that, what we have done, we have made a file from the name corona.csv. After that, I have added a try and except block, and after that, we have opened that file corona.csv. Now here is the function I have written dict writer, and from the name as you can get, we were having a dictionary that were appended to the list. So with the help of this dict writer function, we are going to write each and every dictionary to our CSV file, and these field names are actually these headings like serial number, state, confirm, whatever heading you want to give to particular row, column, we are storing that into the field names. So here our field names is list 1, and as we go up in our program, you can see here list 1 contains the list of the headings like serial number, head, state, confirmed cases, cured cases, death, and the same headings we will be displayed in our CSV file. Next thing what we have done is we have write these headings into our CSV file with the help of the function writer.write header. Now we will write out the data row wise. So we have started a loop that will iterate through our list which is containing the information of all the states and union territories, and we will write the data in the each row with the help of the function write row. Now guys, I have added this try and except block, as if you don't have internet connection or poor internet connection, then your program won't be able to establish a proper connection with this website. So this will show you a error. So it won't create a CSV file. If I want have added this try and accept block, then it would have shown you the error and won't run the program.